Okay. I am currently, oh wow, I didn't see that. It's scratched. It's a scratch. No. So a little bit about Hey guys, my name is Glowbern and welcome back to GoGrowGlowbern, where I share travel vlogs around Perth, Western Australia. I'm currently doing a film photography, well not photography, I'm an amateur, film camera testing series, and today we are going to be testing the Diana F Plus camera. This is another medium format camera, and based on the camera that was produced around the 1960s, which was actually called the Diana F. Look at this, it's so pretty. I love the teal and the black and the big flash. It makes such a big statement in my opinion. And yes, it is a, I don't know if I mentioned, it's a medium format film camera, which means it uses the 120 film roll, which only has 12 to 16 exposures. Actually 12 exposures standard and 16 exposures if you have the appropriate mask to put in your camera. A little bit of background for this camera is that it was produced in the 1960s, but then around probably like the 70s, or yeah, around the 70s it was discontinued, sadly. That was largely due to the increasing demand of the 35mm film format. However, in 2007, this camera was being reproduced by Lomography, and now it has hit back the shelves of film camera stores, and they have named it the Diana F Plus. The original was called the Diana F, and this one was called the F Plus. As to the original construction of the camera, I'm not very familiar with, but looking at old photos and the book that came with this camera, they look very similar and with very similar functions. So there's the normal and the bulb mode for shooting once quickly, and then bulb mode for long exposures. This is your shutter lever. And then there's exposure settings. So there is sunny, partly cloudy, and cloudy, as well as a pinhole function. So you can take the lens off and put it to the pinhole function, and that is the pinhole function. I haven't really experimented with the pinhole function yet, so I am quite excited to do that. So I'm just gonna be testing this camera normally. So let's go and take some photos. Alright, now we're back in the house. As you have seen, I'm such a dum-dum. Some of the photos look like they're overlapping with other photos, and that's my fault because there's this setting at the back where there's a 12 shot and a 16 shot. So 12 is like the normal number of exposures you get from a 120 roll film, and 16, that one over there, for more exposures. However, you need to put a mask in. And I don't know what was in my head at that time when I put in a fresh roll of film, but I left it up here pointing to the 16, and it should have been pointing to the 12 because I didn't have a mask. In fact, some of the photos were unusable. Oh well. And so because of that, some of my photos were overlapping, and the photo lab even split one photo in half, which I just like edited them together. I got this camera secondhand off Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, it didn't come with any mask to go on to the camera. In 120 film cameras, this film advance lever actually won't stop. You just have to look into the window to see the numbers. So if you have the 12 shots and point it next to the 12, or 16 shots with the appropriate mask, point it to the 16. Anyway, the Diana F Plus camera is known for its dreamy like photos, and that is so true. The photos that came out look so dreamy. Like Graham and I were just walking around a lake because it was a sunny day, and you know, we just wanted to take a walk and enjoy nature, and they look so dreamy. Like I feel like I'm in the 1960s. They look so cool. I especially like this photo of the one with the boats here. So that's the lake, the boats. Because when we went to that lake, I can't remember the name of the lake, there was a group of people who were having a remote controlled boat race. It was really fun to watch. And I also liked this silhouette of this tree. Well, if I can find it, yeah. So, silhouette of this tree, it's so pretty. It's actually like that, supposedly, but yeah, like that. But because, yeah, you know, I'm a dum-dum. And this is one of my favorites as well. It didn't really translate well into the photo, but I love it. It was such a beautiful scenery around one of the lakes. Like the sun was shining behind the trees, and then you can see some of the clouds there, and like you can just see the sun there sparkling, and then the trees reflecting onto the water. It's really pretty. In this photo, it doesn't look real. Like it's like a fairy tale land, and that's my favorite quality of the Diana F Plus. I do not regret doing this because I learned to make sure that I'm pointing on the 12 and not on the 16 because I don't have the appropriate mask. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this series of testing out film cameras, and I hope I inspired you to go out and take photos. You don't necessarily have to buy these certain cameras. I'm an enthusiast and I like collecting things. That's why I bought them. But you can just ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your grandparents. They probably have their old cameras lying around and they just want to get used. So just go and ask them if they have old film cameras, and yeah, you can dabble in film. And as I said in my toy camera collection video, which I will link down in the description below or up in the cards above, I'm doing this because I take photos on my phone, but my phone doesn't have that much storage, and to unload the storage, I have to put them on my Facebook account, and I don't really look through those photos, and sometimes I feel like they are just lost. Anyway, I keep talking. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.